Lagos. Kindly ask INEC who is, what's going on and who is in charge of that particular area. And we do hope if Larry and the other team at INEC's headquarters in Abuja are following, this information should reach them pretty soon so that they too can act swiftly on this.
So that, and I'm just hoping that I'm not escalating the fears of viewers, so that even if we have to extend this process till tomorrow, just to ensure that those who want to vote, because we're talking about a different layer of challenge now. Before now, we talked about PVCs not being made available, card reader not being collected. Now, card readers, owners, as it were, have approached the polling units, and they can't see, either they can see INEC officials, as we've been told from Antony Village, or that the card readers are malfunctioning. So, whatever the problem is, INEC, that I believe will have anticipated these glitches and these problems from all the nooks and crannies of the country, will have to quick time. That's what I'm saying. They can't delay. There are some decisions you have to take spontaneously. Although there's pitfall in spontaneity, but there are some decisions that cannot wait till tomorrow for you to review. You have to take that decision on the spur of the moment. And so, if we have these glitches all over the place, INEC will have to determine quickly how these will have to be dealt with, so that at the end of the day, we're not told that, okay, because there have been substantial performance today, so that's it. So if you are not able to vote, then just take it in good faith. No, that will not be good enough. It's understandable if we're talking about those who have not obtained their PVCs. But for those who have their PVCs and they've approached police station due to no fault of theirs, card reader is not functioning or something has happened and all that, INEC will have to resolve this problem quickly so that it won't nibble at the credibility of this exercise.
Interesting. Colonel Aliu, for you, you're the security expert here. Just give me a little insight about what may likely happen when you have a website being hacked.
When you have your website hacked, what it simply means is an unauthorized access has been gained to your website. And if you have unauthorized access on that kind of portal or on your website, as you said, you begin to have a possibility of your operations being truncated. You begin to have a possibility of unwanted stuff finding its way onto your website. And if we look at it from the perspective I'm seeing, from the complaints I'm getting, I think the problem is not necessarily that severe, but looks more like an organizational problem. If you have heard from the messages he read and from his complaint here, we are looking at the problem of timings, and we could be looking at the problem of logistics too. And even though as at yesterday we had confirmations that election materials had already reached a certain proximity level to the polling stations, we are beginning to see a situation where people are just off the radar, like the Antony, where by this time we haven't seen any INEC official. What I would like to suggest is these INEC officials are actually divided, and they're in teams. There's a team to each polling booth, I believe. The numbers of these team leaders, could they be made known so that people can try to reach them? Because the concern for me, being a security man, is two-way. If you were to lead a team to Antony and none of you has been heard of, I'll probably be wondering whether you are okay or that something has gone amiss or something. So, as I told you, communications during elections should be as seamless as possible. People should be able to reach each other both ways. It shouldn't be one way. So could we possibly be reaching out to this particular Antony village people that haven't been heard from? And is there anything INEC could possibly say or tweet about the whereabouts of this team Antony, so that we begin to know.
I think some form of good news is coming in now from
Okay.
Anthony, specifically polling unit 012 in
Okay.
Anthony. They say accreditation has finally started there, and the
Okay.
cards are, I mean, the card readers are working. And of course, that's Harriet sending us this information, one of our correspondents who is still out there on the field. And for Ogechukwu Osi, she says in the polling unit 29, all the cards have been successfully read by the machine, with just some couple of people whose fingers were not being authenticated. So let's quickly go to Yobe State. We'll come back and look at all of this. Let's rest to Yobe State, where Jonathan is standing by. That's our correspondent there in Yobe State. Jonathan, tell us exactly what is happening. Checking our time here is just 14 minutes before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So what's the situation like there?
Well, the situation here is some cheering news for the nation democracy. There were high turnout early morning, and as I speak, voting has commenced in most of the polling stations in Damaturu, the state capital. It witnessed unprecedented turnout, contrary to expectation of most people that Yobe is within the security risk area. So many people came out very early enough to get themselves accredited and wait patiently for what is going on now at some polling stations I have visited. As I talk to you now, I'm at the government secondary school, Damaturu, where some IDPs from Gujiba local government are casting their vote. Honestly, it's a very good arrangement, and as I said earlier, it's just very good for the nation's democracy.
Well, Jonathan, we'd like to thank you so very much. We'll stay with you and come back for more good news from Yobe State, which is in Nigeria's northeast region. Jonathan's just reported that voting has started in Damaturu, specifically the government secondary school where he is at the moment in Damaturu, the capital of Yobe State. Don't forget, Yobe State has been in the news for the very wrong reasons, security-wise. And, well, this state has been experiencing emergency in this particular state. It is part of Nigeria's northeast. Number of voters coming in from Yobe State, just a little over 1 million plus, and of course a number of cards distributed 824,401 percentage-wise, that is 74.95%. The excitement there is that Yobe State has already started voting. For those just joining us, you heard our correspondent there, Jonathan, telling us the good news from Yobe State. And surely we'll be talking with other correspondents from across the country, from across geopolitical zones on this particular one. And surely we'll let you in on what exactly is happening. For the website, a quick reminder here for those still trying to reach us from across. Someone would love to know how he can also be part of the live streaming, which we are doing at the moment. Over 10,000 viewers simultaneously watching us now from across the world. It's simply m.channelstv.com and you'll be on live. And for those who'd love to also get to watch some feeds on our YouTube handle, youtube.com/channelsweb, and you'll be on. And for you to also be part of this program, send your email to us, Nigeria2015@channelstv.com. Back to you, GT. The good news from Yobe State, even though here in Lagos we haven't actually heard anything apart from the story that Koshofe, let me quickly take this now, that in Koshofe, according to Harriet, she's now in Koshofe, observers say voting will start late in Koshofe because accreditation started late. It means that they have not started voting, but we're getting to see that it's a different news we're getting from Yobe State.
Yeah, that's what we alluded to earlier, when we anticipated quite correctly. Not because we are prescient, just because we analyze and we discover that, well, because although a particular time was slated for accreditation to start, accreditation didn't actually start at the same time all over the country. And so because of that, that we're going to have a situation in which voting also will not start. Now, This has implications. Section 47 of the Electoral Act provides that voting in any election must take place at the same time, on the same date, throughout the entire country.